A new era in Portland is just getting ready to start. The inaugural match for the Portland Cherry Bombs kickoff right around the corner. And an opportunity to debut a new club and a new type of flair in Portland. One of 5 expansion clubs joining the USLW in 2026. And the Cherry Bombs bring that punk rock spirit and brash, unapologetic attitude to Portland and to the USLW. Lily Crane here on the broadcast with you, and it will be Drip FC taking on the Portland Cherry Bombs. Kickoff coming up in about 10 minutes or so, and I'll tell you all about the starting lineups in just a bit, but just to get a little bit of background on the Cherry Bombs, both teams warming up briefly before the match. The stands already getting full. Should be a very sizable crowd. Exhibition match today, and then later this week, it will be the first match for the Cherry Bombs at home. The first non-exhibition match against the West Seattle Roadies. A few matches here in Portland at Lents Park for the Cherry Bombs before hitting the road for the first time in history. And Drip FC will be the club that they're playing against this evening. Already have music here at the Lents Park, at the venue, have lots of food. The mascots all have Dylan T. Pickle, Saucy T. Sausage, Mary T. Cherry, of course, just kind of unveiling the mascot for the Cherry Bombs earlier this week. She is, of course, here, and have lots of fun and activities, as there's certainly a buzz and certainly a different kind of vibe. A lot of excitement, I would have to say, here. And already just the fans who are in attendance have their Cherry Bombs gear, haven't even played a match yet, and everybody's already flocked to the merch booth to get their scarves, their hats, their jackets, and everything. And it is a much nicer evening for some Sunday night football, if you may call it, here in Portland at Lents Park. Last night, the Bangers played, the USL2 side played, and the downpour of rain certainly happening. Gloomy skies, a little bit chilly today. There is a little bit of a nice breeze, but blue skies, lots of clouds, and it's like the universe knew that it would be the Portland Cherry Bombs' first ever match, the inaugural match, and going to be coached by Janine Spara in the first one, which looms momentarily. Going to step aside, but the starting lineups for both sides around the corner, and then kickoff, first ever for Portland. Kickoff is just around the corner between the Portland Cherry Bombs and Drip FC. And right now, it's Drip FC making its way onto the pitch as the starters just announced for the away team for today's match. And in goal, it will be Audrey Armstrong for Drip FC. The back line going to feature Michaela Peterson and Kaylin Kim, the two outside backs. The two center backs will be Gracie Mahoo and as well as Nyla Jaloff, and in midfield, Yvette Abundez, Brooke Roberts, and Litzy Gonzalez. The front line, and the attack for Drip FC will be Karina Toth, Kia Gramps, and Emily Robinette. For the Drip FC side, kind of have the all-red goalkeeper uniform and the kits for Drip FC with the vertical stripes. The Cherry Bombs officially making their way onto the field. Fuse striked for the Portland Cherry Bombs. Inaugural match led out by none other than Mary T. Cherry, and revving up the crowd, her first appearance will strut onto the pitch. You can see the green smoke in the back. Have some extra fans in the stands. Might see Saucy out there, as well as Dylan Pickle. I mean, Dylan wearing the pink Cherry Bombs shirt this evening. So everybody coming out to support the new club. And maybe the 12th player on the pitch, Mary T., will usher on the crowd, as well as now the team will make its way onto the pitch for the first ever time, the inaugural match at Lents Park for the Portland Cherry Bombs. And those starters for the Portland Cherry Bombs in the first ever match. In goal, Emma Cameron from Robert Morris. Have a back line of the French sisters, Tessa French and Lily French, left back and right back, respectively. Center back tandem of Patricia Kreppel and Audrey Dizon. And in midfield, Julia Sattler, Lucy Quinn, and Carolyn Ruoff. And the front line going to feature on the wing Malefo and Naomi Pereira. And up top, Thomason Ludipo, the striker. Beautiful shirts for tonight's match. I mean, all of the kits that the Cherry Bombs unveiled ahead of the season. If you haven't checked social media recently, you know, no matter what the shirt is, I think they're all pretty flashy, have an extra type of flair, what the Cherry Bombs are all about. And tonight it's going to be the white shirts with the pink checkers, the black pants, or the black shorts, I should say. Lents Park full of fans for the inaugural match for the Portland Cherry Bombs and the national anthem. Getting ready as we'll step aside, and kickoff going to come up right after this. You have the starting lineups. You have the players all on the pitch, the national anthem, and just one more thing to do, and that's kickoff. A new club to Portland. You can see the fans there just shoulder to shoulder, all packed up in the stands. Portland was not going to miss this. This city has had so many new teams, so many new, specifically women's sports teams joining the fold here, and it's just such an incredible atmosphere in Portland for not just sports, but for women's sports, and the Cherry Bombs just adding another level to that. See the officials make their way onto the field. Everything about this crowd at Lents Park, everything about the vibe in the stadium, just so uniquely Portland. Whether it's the feminist punk rock bands that will be here in attendance every match, or have the Portland Opera as well. Little face painting booth, have the play area for the kids, have some cherry pie tonight, the special food item. Everything so specific to the club. It's all in the details for the Cherry Bombs. First ever season. Get the real thing in the USLW underway later in the week on Thursday at Lents Park. But an opportunity for the first match, the first goals potentially on deck. Cherry Bombs break the huddle and get on the field. So within the starting lineup, a lot of college players, a lot of players with local ties. Have, again, Lily French, the right back up from Washington, played at Lake Ridge High School here locally, as well as her sister Tessa French also played at Lake Ridge High School, currently at Cal Lutheran, competing there. Have Kreppel, Willamette University player, have some Gonzaga players, some former Oregon State players, a lot of Pacific Northwest roots here on this Cherry Bombs team. Coin toss at center field. Sun still out. Still a lovely day. And it's up at center field with Thomason Eludipo from Falconer University out of Nigeria. Striker gets ready. Bombs away. The Cherry Bombs officially in business, and to the back line right away as it's flipped over here to the near side of the pitch. Drip FC trying to play the spoiler here at Lents Park. As over to midfield, Eludipo threatening over at center field, and it's flipped over to the right side of the pitch. Eludipo gets the ball. Up ahead, Erica Shays stays with the Cherry Bombs. Have the collared look in terms of the shirts. Over on the right, it's Lily French who sends it away. A lot of midfield action in the first minute at Lents Park. The Bombs look to get forward. Eludipo gonna feed it, and it rolls long over into the gloves of Armstrong. Now the Portland Opera starting to over somewhere on the opposite side of where I'm posted it up, starting to get into this match as the Cherry Bombs, it's up to Oladipo. On the right side of the 18-yard box, it's going to roll a little bit too far. Out for a goal kick for Armstrong. Armstrong, taking time, will send it towards midfield over to the far side where it's bobbled out. Oladipo off to the races. Long throw. Just rolls out. Goal kick for Audrey Armstrong for Drip FC. Midfield, it's sent forward. Cherry Bombs will fight for it. Sattler was in the vicinity. Up ahead. Again, Drip FC coming here to Lents Park. I mean, pretty local team as well, trying to play spoiler and upset the hopes. I mean, I think this crowd here, everybody's just happy to be here, happy to see some women's soccer, women's football in Portland as it's sent towards midfield and booted away, straight into the boots of the Cherry Bombs, still fighting at the edge of their defensive third. Not quite able to clear yet. Takes a bobble over to the near sideline. First 5 minutes of action at Lents Park. And moving forward as it's sent out. Oladipo, it's a throw-in for the Cherry Bombs. Up ahead. Thomason will cross it and flip sides of the field. Drip FC able to send it out. About 7 or so players on the Drip FC bench today as it rolls out again. And for Portland, a few more options for the Cherry Bombs. Have a very big roster this season, many of which are in attendance today. If you're able to catch a view at any point of the bench just from the corner of your screen, I mean, a very long bench, a lot of players ready to get their opportunity when called upon. At midfield, Drip FC trying to pass into their attacking zone. The center field point turned over. First match for the Cherry Bombs. Trying to continue to iron out kind of all the wrinkles here before their match later in the week. A whistle. Defensive half for the Cherry Bombs. Free kick coming up. Sixth minute of action. Free kick beyond the 18-yard box. It's Gonzalez who gets set over this free kick. All the defenders at the center of the 18-yard box. Gonzalez gonna go for it. Takes a bounce and lands away. Sixth minute, out over to the left side. Corner kick coming, and in the goal, it's Emma Cameron from Robert Morris with a scare. Not out of danger yet. Audrey Armstrong on the opposite side, but gonna have Litzy Gonzalez over in the corner. Gonzalez raises the hands, feeds it to the far side of the area, and will go out. About 5-6 minutes into the match, and Cherry Bombs with a little bit of a scare right away, trying to strike first and hold on to a clean sheet potentially, but already it's Drip FC coming here and having a strong start in the attack over on the far side. Another whistle and another opportunity to toss this in for the away team. Now past the goal line. Cameron will get a goal kick in. Emma Cameron, again, from Robert Morris, initially from Massachusetts, went to Rockland High School, and last season, in 2025 for her college, 15 matches, 15 starts, and a lot of minutes. Over on the far side, it will trickle out. 8th minute, out for Cherry Bombs throw. Take a look again at this free kick as it almost went inside the far post and snuck into the corner. A throw for French over at midfield on the right. Still the first 10 minutes at Lents Park. Not a lot of action in the attacking third. Will that change? Goes wide. It's been the striker, Oladipo, racing down the pitch, ready to get some long deliveries and pounce on it. But right now, throw in for Lily French. The right back tosses it. Back towards midfield. Kreppel dishes it away. Lefo loses it, but it goes back and it goes in! Detonate one, the Cherry Bombs on the mark already. In the 9th minute from distance. And that one was from far out. This crowd electric, the crowd on its feet waving their Cherry Bombs scarves as this team at Lents Park goes up 1-0. Take a look at that one again from beyond 18 yards out. And believe that was Caroline Roth for the Cherry Bombs, just moving forward and sending one from deep. 10 minutes into the match, 1 goal for the Cherry Bombs. Back to midfield. And now Drip FC, see how they respond. Gonzalez will send it away, and nearly taken away by Malefo. Darting over on that left wing, Oladipo will snag it, and Oladipo gonna send it as it goes wide right. Can't quite see the frame of the goal right now with the pink smoke up in the air over by the supporters section. Wonder if the smoke bothering Audrey Armstrong at all. Over in goal, sent to midfield, off the goal kick. Gonzalez over on the near touch line. So it was Drip FC nearly scoring off of a free kick. Nearly snuck in, and a real nice response from the Cherry Bombs to score the goal. Over to midfield. Over on the right, taken away. Tessa French on the far side. And the younger of the sisters transferred from Boise State as Cherry Bombs trying to escape the pressure. And they're able to do so. Roth to the left. Up ahead. French gonna stop, get in the area, still in the area, turns around, lots of oohs and ahs. This crowd was ready to go up 2-0. Still plenty of time to do so. It's been some nice attacking efforts. Take a look at this. A nice job for Drip FC, the back line to recover and get the stop defensively. will have to defend here a set piece over on the far corner. So our goal scorer is lingering on the edge of the 18-yard box. You can see at number 22 on the right. I have Sattler just outside the net, as well as the striker Oladipo. And that soccer ball won't do, so we'll switch it up over on the left. Malefo also an option at the top of the box, and it takes a bounce into play, rolls out, kind of a punch away from Armstrong in the red goalkeeper kit. Still 1-0, 13 minutes into this match at Lents Park. The stands are full, picnic tables full, everybody bringing their lawn chairs. Not enough seats for everyone. I have a lot of people standing over to the right of me. Just about at capacity at Lents Park. Malefo having some opportunity to take it away. Ruoff bounces back to the center backs. It took the Cherry Bombs a few minutes to settle into the match, but they've done so pretty well, I would have to say. Oladipo, right side. Will lose it. Goes over to midfield. Have Lucy Quinn trying to fight for it. And Malefo will win it. Slots it over towards Oladipo, who still fights for it. Over to the right. Out for a throw on the right side. Lily French to toss it in. Goes long, goes to Quinn, who sends it out. Goal kick for Armstrong coming up. In the starting 11, as is, have, in terms of some of the local players, have Portland State, recent Portland State player, Lucy Quinn, have Kreppel from Willamette University. Again, the French sisters, both from Lake Ridge High School, growing up here in the Pacific Northwest. At midfield, Oladipo fighting for it, comes away with it, sends it over to the left of the field. It hits the netting behind the goal. Still Cherry Bombs possession. What a start for Thomas and Oladipo in this match. Had 10 goals in 2 years at Faulkner. Over to the right, Malefo chips it straight into the gloves of Armstrong. "16 minutes into the match, 1-0 for the Cherry Bombs. Drip FC able to get it into their attacking half in the early 10 minutes. It's been all Cherry Bombs since. Malefo loses it at midfield, takes a tap over to Ruoff. To the right, Lily French. To Ruoff, will chip it up ahead. Malefo can't track it down. Thomason, edge of the area, loses it, takes a bounce off the chest of Julia Sattler. Sattler, an Oregon State alum, went to Jesuit High School back in and has played professionally across Europe for Albania, Austria, Germany. Quinn has it, past midfield, will dish it away over to Malefo. Slotting it to Thomason, it rolls over to Armstrong, and wow, I mean, the energy out here, just waiting for a goal number 2. The first coming in the initial 10. You know, on track for, if it keeps up at that pace, for 9 goals, but still 17 minutes into the match remains 1-0. Over to the far side. Energy builds, final third, getting tripped up. French will deliver it, and it goes out. Tessa French will head on over to that far corner on the left. Will take, bends it, and it curls in. Bottom right corner. 2-0 for the Cherry Bombs. All the way from the corner flag. It was Tessa French to take. And as it was right in front of the goal, headed in over on that right side. Can't draw up a set piece better than that. Tessa French with the assist. And had 4 goals, 8 points in 2025 for Cal Lutheran, but gets an assist this time from the corner. Are the Bombs done yet? We'll see. Malefo, it's sent away over to the right.
Audrey, was that you? Did you do that? That was pretty good.
And a nice moment over on the sideline as the center back on that one heading it in. Audrey DeZone from Gonzaga. And kind of the fans over here is like, was that you? And giving a little applause as she's over here, over towards the Cherry Bombs bench on this side. A throw coming up for the Cherry Bombs, 2-0. And I did say, on pace for that 9 goals in the 90 minutes. I don't know that we'll get there quite yet, as there's a cross in from Thomason that's sent away. But a lot of offense, a lot of attack so far. I think that's what everybody came out here to see. I mean, obviously to support the new club, but goals galore is always so fun. And it curls in straight to the gloves of Armstrong. Lily French, the 2 outside back sisters, not the only sister duo on the Cherry Bombs this season. Also have the Holly sisters, but the French sisters have been doing the job in the back. Again at midfield, haven't seen it really in the defensive half at all in the past 10+ minutes. Cherry Bombs with the 2-0 over Drip FC. Takes a bobble at midfield, booted up into the air, and sent back to Dazan. French will flip it over. Kreppel up over towards midfield. Dazan directing traffic up ahead. Had both Thomason and Malefo running up top for it. Hit it away at midfield. Dazan will head it down. And a collision will cause an immediate whistle at center field. Opportunity for Drip FC to resume. Don't forget, Drip FC had the nice free kick in the early 10 minutes. nearly went up 1-0 and since have conceded 2 goals. This free kick a little further away, almost about the middle portion of their attacking half. Central in the midfield. Gonzalez gets set up. And let's see, Gonzalez will loft it in straight to the gloves of Emma Cameron. "23 minutes into the match. Have a lot of fun, a lot of goals here. Over to the left. Back and forth at midfield. It's over on the far side of the pitch, over to the top of the 18-yard box. And now Quinn will have it. Over toward the sideline. Up and running off to the races, the Cherry Bombs go. Thomason loses it for a moment as it's sent out by Jaloff. Tessa French will head over to that far side. Had the beautiful assist from the corner. Lucy Quinn from about 18 yards plus goes straight to Armstrong. Armstrong has been very busy in the early going, the first 24 minutes of the match. A couple of goals for Portland. Have in the midfield, Carolyn Ruoff as well as Audrey Dizon. French ends up turning it over on the left, often running inside the box, cleaned up. And Dizon will go up ahead. Back to Drip FC. Over on that near touch line. Portland looking to clear. They'll send it right off of Drip FC. Whistle blown. We're going to get a couple of substitutions for the visiting side and get a replay. Nice feed into the box. Could have been a one-on-one, but early potentially MVP candidate for this match. Audrey Dizon able to clean it up, send it out. You can see a couple of the subs waiting at midfield for Drip FC. Looks like we'll have Claire Allen into the match as well as Kylie Warner. Couple of wingers. Emily Robinette and Karina Toth head to the side. Some attacking substitutions for Drip FC. On the left, the service will bounce to the right side. Go over to that far corner flag that you see there. 26th minute, a pair of goals. And really from not even the front line for the Cherry Bombs. For the Drip FC, they've had a lot to do to try to shut down really both Malefo and Eludipo, who have just been darting across the field, been on the receiving end of a lot of long balls. And they've been so busy with them that had the corner kick delivery to Dizon that was able to head it in. And also from distance, I mean, nobody marking Ruoff from about 20 yards away. Portland, French goes back to Dizon. The 27th. Over to the far side, and up the field to Sattler, who dishes it away. Pereira goes up and finds Malefo. Quinn will battle. Goes out. Mayhew's been very busy on that far side by the touchline. The crowd not in agreement with the center official here on that one. Portland Opera's been going throughout this match, have their cherry bombs rally here, and it's been pretty ongoing. I mean, you can see the pink across the stadium, everybody getting their merch early before the season even starts. Some live music pregame. Had the original Cherry Bomb song played on more than one occasion pregame, the 1976 song. Live band in attendance. Sattler fights for it, tries to clean it up. Nearing the half-hour mark at Lents Park. Over to Gonzalez for Drip FC. Has to send it over to the left. Kim will send it away over towards midfield. Since the opening 10, I mentioned it, but it took the Cherry Bombs a minute to kind of settle in. But ever since, it's the Drip FC hasn't had too many opportunities. Had the pass into the area that Duzan was able to clear away just a little while ago. But other than that, it's really been all Portland with a lot of opportunities on this side, as it's Thomason and Ludipo on the right gets tangled up. A whistle as a couple more subs over on the left to wait to check in. Again, it will be Drip FC making some changes. Already made a couple of attacking subs. Paige Wynn will be one of the options heading into this one, as well as Kate Meinhard. Nothing for the Cherry Bombs yet in terms of changes. Flipping it over, it takes a bounce over on the far side of the penalty area. Over on the left, French, and a quick whistle. Portland's had a lot of success in these opening 30. So whistle, foul goes against the Drip FC side. But there's been some corners that have generated success. Get a look at this one again. Had the assist on the one set piece from the corner and some hard contact. Set the free kick up over on that far, by the far touch line outside of 18 yards. I've had a couple of free kicks too. I believe this will be Sattler to take this free kick opportunity. See on your screen, kind of have Malefo in front of that goal, and over on the right have Kreppel, the center back, too, and straight to Armstrong. The keeper for Drip FC has to roll it up ahead, where Malefo will snag it, just sees it, and tries to feed it to Thomason, who able to retrieve it eventually. Back to Lily French, and over to Malefo. Cleared away. Dizon will track it down. Two defenders come at French. Does find Malefo. Going over to Thomason. Trying to put on the moves over on the back line for Drip FC. A whistle and a stop. first goal came within the first 10. The second goal came within that second set of 10 minutes. 2-0 after a half an hour. And right at just about the 18-yard line. You can see Gonzalez kind of directing the team to set up the wall there. Just about centrally from the net. Thomas and Oladipo right in front of it. Drip FC nearly got a goal off a free kick. Can't the Cherry Bombs do that? They send it. And Oladipo, it's retrieved by Armstrong. Went straight in between the sticks, but wasn't able to find the back of the net. Bounces back to Dizon. Pereira trying to get something to happen over on that far side. Sun's still out. Sky still blue. Malefo, it's cleared away. Didn't really have the options in the box. Just went straight through the wall. Had the Drip FC players kind of splitting opposite directions. Over to the right side. Throw coming up for the Cherry Bombs. French will bounce it down and will be asked to do this again. Haven't had too much of an opportunity to talk about Janine Spara. First season, first year with the club for the head coach for the Cherry Bombs, and has really made her stamp across Portland and across the state of Oregon in the Pacific Northwest. 6 appearances with the U.S. in the 80s as a goalkeeper herself, and played for Colorado College. NCAA runner-up in 1986. Had some time playing in Japan professionally, but then coming here to the Pacific Northwest and has been a mainstay on the coaching realm since 2004. Taken some assistant jobs with Portland State. Has had associate position with Warner Pacific and some time with the Portland Reign and the WPS, with Clackamas, Thorns Academy, and St. Mary's. An easy candidate for the Cherry Bombs head coaching position in the inaugural season. As going back into goal, I haven't really said Emma Cameron's name in quite some time. Said it a few times in that opening 10 minutes. And the ball goes down midfield. Malefo will retrieve it and looks for Thomason. Back to Malefo, back to Thomason. A little 1-2. Here over on the right, cleared away and out. 35th minute, 2 goals to none. These two should be an exciting season. They've really connected up top very well, Malefo and Thomason, as right on cue, it's Thomason who's going to bend it and goes to the right side of the net. Armstrong will collect. Initial goal, I believe, was Carolyn Ruoff, the midfielder from distance beyond the area, way out. Just sent an absolute banger from far on. And then center back, Audrey Dizon, heading it in off of the Tessa French corner. Gonzalez took a really dangerous free kick over on this side in the first 10, but Cherry Bombs right now pitching the shutout. Emma Cameron, I'm sure, would love to hold on to that 0 in the score column for Drip FC. Takes a bounce over in this defensive half. Sadler tries to chase it down. And now Ruoff, the whistle will be blown. Just too much contact. Just got her from the back. Jaloff takes the free kick over by this near touchline. It goes wide. Not a whole lot the Cherry Bombs had to do to stop that over on the right side of the area. Patricia Kreppel, defender from Willamette University, up ahead. Bends past midfield. And will bounce with, you see, Malefo. Both Malefo and Thomason, a lot of speed. Gonna have those, Malefo, one of the taller players, and able to just get down the field real quick and add just an extra weapon that might come in handy this season for the Cherry Bombs. Hounded by Ruoff over on the right. Will find Thomason, who tries to get it back to Ruoff, unable to do so, but will clean it up and find Malefo. The 38th with the 2-0 at Lents Park. Sattler flips sides of the pitch. Mentioned Sattler playing a little bit in Europe, but also playing for Minnesota Aurora and assistant coach for Pacific. It's with Malefo. Dancing with the ball, bending it in. Looking for Lucy Quinn to stuff it in the back. It goes out. Possession not over yet. A corner up and coming here for the Cherry Bombs. I've had a lot of corners on that far touchline. This one will come over by the near touchline. And Malefo putting in the work. It's cleared away by Drip FC, but Lucy Quinn had an opportunity to put that back. Could be potentially the third goal, and the corner looking to do the same. Already has one goal off the set piece, looking for another. Headed away outside the area. Will find French. Lofts it in. Bounced and headed into the back of the net. A French to French connection. That's goal number 3 in just the first half of action. It's bomb after bomb at Lents Park. The passing has been crisp. On point. And once again headed in. A trio of goals. Will Portland go up 4-0 before halftime? That's still to be seen. Certainly not out of the question. Have 5 minutes plus change and whatever officials decide to add on here in the first half. It's been about 4 subs for Drip FC in the first half as a whistled infraction going against the Cherry Bombs. There's a lot of free kicks kind of in the central part of the attacking half for Drip FC, but they've been on the left side. Now we'll have an opportunity to switch it up a little bit, see if they can create something off this right side. 41st minute. A few goals. The third coming just moments ago off of a nice pass from just past midfield as Gonzalez will take again and collected. Cameron able to grab onto it.
Let's get up!
Rolls it over to Dazan. Taken away. Drip FC sent out. Caitlin Kim able to get the deflection out and will throw it in. Thomason up to Malefo. and bounces out. The crowd really wanted that one to stay and play and to keep on going. It won't go in their favor this time. French, it won't matter anyway. Get it right back. Dizon in the back already has a goal. We'll boot it up ahead. Goes to Thomason. Turned over and takes a bounce off of Sattler's boots. Dizon nearly able to get it and intercept. Instead, it stays with the Strip FC team at midfield. A few minutes to go in this first half of action. Lucy Quinn will win the ball. Finds Pereira. Naomi Pereira over on the left touch line. Gonzalez trying to get it in between the legs of Tessa French and send it away. French will keep it in play and roll it over, but center official will say nope. Official play will stop for a moment here in the 43rd, and Strip FC will just resume. Sent to midfield and headed away by Sattler. Quinn tries to intercept. Gonzalez, it's swept up by Pereira. Sattler to Malefo. Intervening. Strip FC. They send it away. Over to the crowd over on that far section. Lucy Quinn prancing with the ball over on that left, trying to get it past the back line. Goes out. Over to that left corner. Tessa French, again, has really liked this left corner. Bends it. Over to the right, headed down, nearly headed in. Sattler tries to track it down. Goes back to Quinn. Patricia Kreppel was over by that far post, trying to head it down and into the back again. As you've seen in this opening 45, the Cherry Bombs have a multitude of ways to score goals, whether it's off the corner, headed in from about 20 yards, and they'll send another one from distance, headed away, bobbled now. Dizon gets it with her chest. Bounces in front of Malefo, who's able to get in the middle of it to Thomason. Malefo again. The curler sails over the crossbar. 20 seconds to go, the initial 45, and whatever is added on, a trio of goals for the Cherry Bombs. And it could have been more on a couple of occasions, including that one from Malefo's. Had a real strong first half. You can say that pretty much across the lineup for the Cherry Bombs. Whether it's been the goal scorers, Cameron holding things down in goal, or assist from French, or pretty much the good opportunities up top for Thomason and Malefo. Everybody's made their mark so far in this first half. The inaugural game for the Cherry Bombs at Lents Park. It's been a real solid showing. In the box, Dizon will clear it over to midfield. Malefo was ready to race down the tracks, but the halftime whistle will be blown. And after 45 minutes of action, the Cherry Bombs lead 3-0. Opening 10, the first goal scored, Carolyn Ruff, and then off the corner from Tessa French, Audrey Dizon able to head it into the back of the net. And another one off the long feed from French on the far side of the pitch, able to be goal number 3 right before half, just before the 40-minute mark. 45 down, and another exciting half coming up. The sun still up for the moment. Going to start to head down a little bit, and the crowd still full of energy, and that just keeps on building. First ever match for the Portland Cherry Bombs. I'm going to step aside for a moment, but break down that first half for you and get you to the second half when we come back here.
Okay, yeah, ladies, come on, let's go.
Welcome back to halftime between the Cherry Bombs and Drip FC. I'm Lily Crane. By the way, I have mic checks on the PA today, for those wondering out there. But after the first half, it was such an exciting half of action in the inaugural match for the Cherry Bombs, in 3 goals scored, 3-0. The first one from distance, a strike from far on 20 yards. Carolyn Ruoff striking first. And then from the corner, it was Tessa French bending it over to Audrey Dizon. And Dizon able to head it in over by that far post on the right side. Just before half, just a little, about 5 minutes plus, another header goal over from the right side, just in front of the net. It was a long pass from one of the French sisters over past midfield on that far side, and able to get it for another header down into the back of the net. So both teams, well, flip sides of the pitch here for the second half, so should be interesting to have kind of the supporters group right behind the goal over on that side on the right that had the Cherry Bombs playing to in the first half, so really had the crowd behind them over on that side. I mean, the crowd behind them on all sides of the field, of course. But now they'll flip over and start playing over to the left side of what you're seeing on your screen, attacking over on that side, and have Drip FC, the away team, playing today, will attack to the right. That's what it's going to be after the second half, and Drip FC kind of headed off the field, taking a moment, but the Cherry Bombs squad still staying on the field for this entire halftime, and we're just warming up on the field. We're passing it around at midfield, not ready to take a breather yet. Just want to keep on playing, and huddling up with the coaching staff for the Cherry Bombs, getting some directions here before coming out of the half. Again, mentioned it, Janine Sparra, the head coach for the Cherry Bombs in the inaugural season. Also have Becca McCullough, an assistant coach on the staff, as well as Megan Sawyer, Christine Sienberg, or the coaches, and a long bench, a lot of players available for the Cherry Bombs in the second half. That could sub in. Already at 4 subs for Drip FC in the first half, as it was Kate Meinhard, Paige Wynn, both heading into the match. And I believe Claire Allen also headed in, as well as Kylie Warner for Drip FC. The 4 officials have made their way back to the sideline over at midfield, and now we're just waiting for Drip FC to return. It was a very active crowd in the first half. For those of you watching, definitely, if you are able at any point this season to come out to a match, definitely recommend it. It's a lot of fun for the Cherry Bombs. Have face painting, a little tattoo truck. This match, I don't know about every match. Certainly we'll have Mary T. Cherry hanging around all throughout. Also have, for this one, Dylan T. Pickle and Saucy T. Sausage around. Mary T. Cherry led out the team onto the field pregame for lineups. And have the Portland Opera here for every match. Some pregame entertainment, almost like a little concert outside of the stands here at the venue. Some traditional right girl punk rock music, being played. That's what this club's all about. That's the identity of the Cherry Bombs. Lots of food, lots of merch. At halftime, had an opportunity to get my cherry pie for halftime. That's the food item of the match. So, cherries all around here. Let's see, Lucy Quinn, Portland State University alum, having some conversations with Sparra at the half. Might see some changes, might see some players on the field for the first time for the Cherry Bombs in the second half. Had the 11 of Malefo, Thomason Oludipo, and Pereira up top in the first half. Sattler, Quinn, Ruoff in midfield. Both Tessa French and Lily French at outside back. Kreppel and Dizon at center back, and Emma Cameron. Those were the 11 to start the match. And could have some changes here looming. As you can already see, some warming up on the sideline. And we'll take just a beat here while we wait for Drip FC to return. But already 3 goals to none. The Cherry Bombs will look to pitch the shutout in the second half. And already scoring a few, as it does look like Drip FC has made its way over to the side and looking to get back on to the field for the second half of action. So there could be a lot of subs looming for the Cherry Bombs in the second half. You can see that huddle up there. Might get a new goalkeeper, as it was Emma Cameron in the first half, able to limit Drip FC to no goals. There was a threatening chance in the first 10 from the free kick over on the left. Nearly bent in by Gonzalez, and Cameron able to tap it away. But looks like it might be Michaela McCollum to enter that goal. The triple ones on the back of the shirt.
Girls, hey, circle up, let's go, circle up, come on.
Should still be Lucy Quinn in the midfield, but looks like there will be a couple of changes as Malefo and Thomason and Ludipo were very, very dangerous in that first half, all over the field, receiving a lot of long passes. They will head to the bench and head out. Maddie Scherer will be into the game and trying to catch up with all the changes because, again, just so many. Jade Hawley, or bear with me because there might be some number changes. Just the exhibition match, have another one on Thursday later this week. That will be the first USLW here in the Northwest Division. West Seattle Roadies to head to town in Portland. First official match on Thursday, but this one against Drip FC. So that being said, there might be some jersey changes still between now and Thursday and even before the match and now. But as we know, it should be Esme Arenas Seja into the game over on the left side, and Olivia Lakrofka also in. As I mentioned, a goalkeeper change. McCollum, see if she's able to hold on to the shutout. Down the field, headed away. Goes over to Arena Seja. Up to the left. Cherry Bombs going to that far goal here in the second half. It goes over the head over Hawley over on the right side. Outside, 18 yards. A strike will catch a deflection and go into the gloves of Armstrong, our opposing keeper. Down the field, it'll take a bounce and it'll be headed on. Goal scorers all out of the game for the Cherry Bombs. Also have Sofia Wagner Rojas in. Rolls out over on the left. Couple minutes here into this second half. 3 goals in the opening half of the match for Portland, and trying to add to that total. Maybe get to 4, 5, 6. in the second half would be quite the opening match here at home. Over on the right, Holly able to get to it. Jade Holly will slot it up top. Edge of 18 yards, cleared away. Bouncing over in front of the Trip FC bench. Quinn goes over to the left. Curled over to that right side. As far as I can tell, Lucy Quinn is the only player that comes back into the lineup from the first half, the only carryover. Nasser also in for Portland. Subs might not quite be done yet, too. Top of 18 yards, it's curled over the crossbar. A nice look, already have one from beyond 18 yards. Can they get another? Not that time. 48 minutes in, 3-0 for the Cherry Bombs. And it is nice to see a lot of different players getting their names called upon here, especially in the first match, especially given that it's an exhibition match. Kind of opportunities to develop some new connections and see what works for Sparus Club. Find the right lineups. That starting 11 looked quite comfortable together as the game went on. It's headed away. Holly tries to get to it. She will. Left side of the area. It rolls over in front of the net, and an opportunity slides over to Armstrong. Another one that could have snuck in for goal 4. It remains 3-0. Sun starting to set a little bit. Have a little bit of the pink in the sky, in the stands, on the kits. At midfield, the Cherry Bombs get it across over to Holly. Rolls away. On the right, it's tossed in. Out again. Another throw. Trip FC trying to get it into the final third. Have some drums over on that far side. And haven't even gotten to the mentions, the atmosphere and how fun it can be. We're going to Sejas and Lakrovka trying to get in on it. Lakrovka, it's deflected away over to the left at midfield. But the halftime entertainment certainly is always a lot of fun at these matches at Lents Park. It's cleaned up in the back line. Trying to escape the pressure so it doesn't have to get back to McCollum. It'll go to midfield. But this halftime match, if you couldn't quite see it at the corner of your screen at halftime, it was Mary T. Cherry playing the keeper role. So technically, we've had 3 goalkeepers for the Cherry Bombs today in between the sticks if you count Mary. And I have to say she's not as good as Cameron or McCollum at getting the job done. Did let a lot of goals roll into that bottom corner of the net. So not quite as good at her job at halftime. But right now, the Cherry Bombs, the actual club, is holding on to that 0 in the goals allowed column. Holly, past midfield, will hold on to it over on the left. Loses it to Quinn. Lucy Quinn still dancing with the soccer ball, the football, if you may. Quinn over on the right, and will take for it, but it catches a deflection and will trickle out over on the right. Another sub, and Lily French will head back in for Portland. And Lily French waiting to sub in, but before she was able to, just had to get confirmation with Grace Costin what her number was to be able to tell the 4th official to get the confirmation that it was 8 for 20. 52nd minute, 3-0. Cherry Bombs searching for that first goal of the second half. In the first half, it was Malefo and Thomason Oladipo who were just darting down into the attacking field. Right now, it's really been Lakrofka who's had some chances. Lakrofka, one of those players that played here in Oregon in high school, grew up here, but not going to school here collegiately. As there's a goal kick on the other side for Armstrong. It's pretty much either college teams or players that went to high school, or they have some sort of connection to the Pacific Northwest. But for Lakrofka, went to Grant High School, but now at San Francisco University as Quinn goes over to the left. It was 3 years at San Francisco as it rolls back to Armstrong. 41 matches, 3 starts, 5 goals, 2 assists, and 12 points in those few years. Had 14 matches and a start last season. And Armstrong having her work cut out for her. Has to scoop it up once again. Arena Cejas, another player who's been active since subbing on, forward from New Mexico State. And add Lily French back into the game, started the match, and then subbed in for Costin. Costin, see if she's on the bench for long or heads back in. Spina also in this match for the second half as it goes over to midfield. Cleaned up. The Cherry Bombs get the possession. Past midfield, looking for Lakrofka at the top of the box. Able to get back to it at midfield. 54th minute. About 10 minutes into the second half as Quinn dives to the ground. Marina Seha dishes it away. Trio of goals in the first half, still searching for that first here of the second 45. It's been a nice inaugural match and a lot for this crowd to cheer for at Lents Park. Over by that far corner. A lot of corner kicks in the first half, including one that ended up getting the goal headed in over on that far post from the far side. Haven't had as many set pieces in this second half. Also had some dangerous free kicks in that first half. And the Cherry Bombs were able to capitalize off of it as it goes out of bounds for a throw. This time, Drip FC trying to get an opportunity. It's been a lot of possession for the Cherry Bombs. Back over on the left side of Spina. Just not on the same page with Ellen Asser. French catches a deflection. Drip FC over on the right. Cleaned up Ospina coming in to that kind of left back roll and sent over on the left. Lakrofka will be off to the races. Left side of the 18-yard box. Krofka goes out. Oohs and ahs. The rallies from the crowd. The drums over by the supporters section. Looking for some more scores. It's actually now I'm seeing on the far side past midfield from what you're seeing on your screen. It's actually Dylan T. Pickle that was kind of egging on the crowd to get some of those cheers that you may or may not be hearing on the stream. Over in front of the stands. The Bombs look to build. Scherer Slots it to the right. Holly tries to chase it down by that far corner flag. Mentioned to have Lily French, Tessa French, a couple players went to Lake Ridge High School, some sisters on the squad. Also have Savannah Holly, Jade Holly here in the second half into the game, both playing at University of Oregon, just a couple hours south down in Eugene. Taken away by Drip FC, trying to get to midfield. And the Cherry Bombs, a lot of hard contact. The whistle goes against the Bombs. Free kick at midfield, but you can see just a little bit of collision. No malice there, of course. From inside midfield, it goes down the pitch outside 18 yards. Headed away. A lot of players again in touches on this. Lofted, sent down. Lakrofka heads it away, tries to get back to it. On the left. Sent over to the right. Almost 15 minutes into the second half as it's sent long towards Lakrofka. Chases it down by that corner flag. Still no goals in the second half. If you see it as a new game, then it's 0-0. Otherwise, a daunting deficit for Drip FC with the 3 goals. Inside the area, sent away. It's been Armstrong in between the sticks for Drip FC. Has had a lot to handle, a lot to send away. Is Emma Cameron the first half for the Cherry Bombs? The second half for the Bombs has been McCollum heading in. A lot of Michaela McCollum, that is. A lot of players available today. I think that should be just the 2 goalkeepers that we will see in this match. Ollie on the right, goes back to midfield. Over to Drip FC in the uniforms with the vertical stripes, kind of the black, and I believe it's kind of a goldish color for the stripes. It's the checkers with the pink for the Cherry Bombs. Very pretty shirts, I would say, for the Cherry Bombs. Definitely need to get a few of those as Holly sends it, takes a bounce over on the left, bounces in front of Armstrong. And I mentioned it pregame, but it's all in the details, really, for this club. Everything about the atmosphere, but also just coming down to the kits. I mean, it is a lot of red and pink in the different shirts that they do offer this season for the Bombs, as back with the Cherry Bombs at midfield and sent up ahead. Long ball will be cleaned up in the back. But have the Planned Parenthood Columbia Willamette partnership with the shirts, kind of showing their commitment here in the Pacific Northwest. So the reproductive health care, and crossed over on that right side. He goes out, another goal kick up and coming. Very animated crowd, very engaged crowd. Still looking for a big exclamation here in the second half. As the sun goes down, they're not on the end with the supporters section this time. But Gonzalez will clean it up over at midfield. Have limited any opportunities in the second half for Drip. Rolls out over on the side. On that far chair of the Cherry Bombs bench. Ospina. Long throw over on the left. Trickles out again. Just going to keep on marching down this sideline. As you can see, the substitution coming up for this Drip FC roster. Callie Humphrey, the midfielder, to head in. Had 4 substitutions in the first half. There's one here in the second half. Almost a full lineup change at a halftime for the Cherry Bombs. That's really been the extent of their subs in this exhibition match. Tossed in, goes back out. Out of bounds and setting up shop over on that left corner flag. The Cherry Bombs here. 3-0. 62nd minute. One corner kick goal. And it's sent over past the far post, out of bounds. Nothing made of it. Armstrong will boot it towards midfield. Portland Opera back with those Cherry Bombs rallies or whatever. I don't know what the song is. I assume the song is called something to the extent of Cherry Bombs. But it's been a lovely chorus throughout the match, pretty continuous. Toss over to the edge. The 18-yard box goes out again over on that left touch line. Lots of games coming up here at Lents Park. Had the Portland Bangers for the USL 2 side playing last night here. It was the goal. The only goal in that one was in the second half. All 3 goals so far have been in the first half of this one. That club is going to continue to play here with the Cherry Bombs as well this season. Just about a week away from Portland Pickles playing over at Walker Stadium, kind of behind Lents Park. So there should be a lot of fun, a lot of festivities. The trio of mascots should still be lingering and roaming around here for the up-and-coming weeks this summer. A lot of action in June, some stuff in July, the end of May, very eventful all around. Free kick past midfield for Drip FC. They'll take their time on this. They go long into the box, takes a bounce, and up to McCollum. I don't really know that Michaela McCollum, that I've really said her name in terms of any sort of action and her gloves on the ball at all in this second half. Hasn't really had to deal with a whole lot. Might be just about the first time. 65th minute. We're about 20 minutes into this second half. The score is what it was when we headed into halftime. Rolls past midfield over on the right. Jade Hawley tries to send it over. We'll roll out of bounds. With the Cherry Bombs being a new club and first year in this Northwest Division, everybody that they'll see this season will be the first time they're meeting them. So some new looks and a lot that these visiting sides won't be able to anticipate, especially coming up on Thursday, with this just being the only exhibition, the only match. I've never seen the club, haven't seen how they're coached, how they operate, even the fan base, and what it's like to come into Lents Park. It's flipped up over outside of the 18-yard box. Back over to Lucy Quinn. Right now, heading towards playing the full away, and am mistaken about the goalkeeper situation for the Cherry Bombs. I said that I wasn't sure if the Cherry Bombs would have a third goalkeeper into this match, but it looks like there will be a change for McCollum, and I believe that this will be Akili Wizoric, which I've been notified should for most of the season. Be wearing the triple zeros today, just in the lone zero. Also have Finley Crabtree that should be wearing that zero, but it will be Keely Wizarek into the goal to sub in the third keeper. 2 so far, holding on to no goals in the visiting column. Trying to see if they can keep on with the shutout. 3 goals to none at the moment. And 67th minute, lucky number here into the game. Over at midfield. Out of bounds, a throw up and coming. And over on the left with Holly. Flips it over. Turned over with Drip FC. Over on the right, it's scooped up by Wizarek. And also have, you can't see it on your screen, but Dylan T. Pickle, that is, did march up over on this side, was previously on the other side of the stands, but marched up over here and gets a few dap-ups, and then going over and bothering the Cherry Bombs bench, which is just over on the right side. And you can see over on the right as Drip FC trying to get an opportunity. And the dribble moves certainly there to try to get something to happen, but it was all cleaned up by Wizarek. As it was Kia Gramps who was dancing with the ball, just unable to make anything of it. Armstrong gets set to resume. We'll boot it to midfield. It's headed away. Over to the left. Back to Lakrofka, who was very active in the first 15, 20 minutes or so of this second half. Out for a throw-in. You know, Drip FC still has 21 minutes to go. See if they can start to accumulate the goals like the Cherry Bombs did. I mean, it took Cherry Bombs just about 10, 12-minute window to score the first 2 in between the first and second goal. Last one right before halftime, about the 38th minute or so. Should be some more subs for the Cherry Bombs. Trying to utilize that whole roster in this match, and they will get the subs now. Elon Flat, Mario Arce, Baca, and Vlasopoulos, all 4 subs that will come in just momentarily. Back to midfield, back with Drip FC. Hard fall over at midfield. It was Gonzalez who went down. Free kick. Just collided over at the midfield point with as it's over, moving forward, and Wizarek able to snatch it. Off to the races again. Ospina will find Quinn. Quinn gets tripped up, and it ends up with Lakrofka. Will boot it just forward. Marina Seha. It's back to midfield. Still waiting for the 4 subs, but we'll have to wait just a moment as the subs should come in now. And Lucy Quinn started this match and stayed on after the halftime whistle. Will now make her exit. Much deserved breather. Gets a nice applause. French started the match, headed out at halftime, re-entered, also gets a break, as well as Holly. And waiting for that final sub. But 72 minutes into the match, 3-0 the score for the Cherry Bombs. And Scherer is the fourth and final sub. So, for the substitutions, as I had mentioned earlier, I have Vlasopoulos in. Also have Olivia Barrio Arce, who's a forward from Colorado Mesa, spent some time at Oregon City High School, played for Marshall Brewer there. And again, at Colorado Mesa, had 4 goals, 2 assists, 10 points as a freshman last season in 2025, 19 matches, 14 starts. Her teammate at Colorado Mesa, Elle Unflat, also into the match, as well as from the Australia NPL, VPL, the forward Amber Baca from McKinley, Texas. Played a couple of seasons at Southwestern Christian University. And now the subs for Drip FC. Paige Wynn back in, the forward. He's come off the bench a couple of times in the match. Back over to the sidelines for the Drip FC roster, Kylie Warner. You know, Drip FC, the Cherry Bombs, just such a clash of names and clash of vibes. Right now, the vibes are really all with the Cherry Bombs, though, with those 3 goals to throw in. This time, Drip will get it. Intercepted, taken back away. Over on the right side of the pitch. Cherry Bombs looking to build something at that first goal here of the second half. It was just about a banger goal from 20 yards out with Ruoff right off the bat in the opening 10 minutes for the Cherry Bombs to score that first goal. And then later, about 10 minutes later, from the corner, off the assist from Tessa French, who was headed in by one of the center backs in this match. One of the starting center backs, I should say, Dizon. And then later, right before the halftime whistle, French also getting an assist from that far side, sending it down for another header goal. Those are the trio of goals. Back in the box from the left side, turning and swinging for it, but it ends up bouncing out of bounds. 75 minutes in, about 15 minutes to go, plus anything that is added on. It is an exhibition game, so there wasn't anything in the first half that was extra in terms of any stoppage time. A corner getting set over on the left side. It's been a quieter second half in terms of scoring, but a totally different field of players. It's headed down off the corner and out. And with this being an exhibition, I almost have to kind of approach it as all scoreless at a halftime. A new set of players coming in for the Cherry Bombs, almost an entirely different 11. I believe that there were 10 changes at halftime, one of which included the keeper, and so there's been several changes since. So you almost have to treat it as a new ball game, a new opportunity. The 3 goals, it was a solid 11 that stuck on the field for the entire first 45 and able to get 3 in the back. But another sub coming up for Drip FC, and a lot to take away for this one, at the very least for this crowd. A lot of enjoyment, a lot of excitement and fun at Lents Park. It's a piece of history. The Cherry Bombs, their inaugural match, the first ever one. And what else could you ask for? I mean, it was Ruoff who ends up going down in Cherry Bombs history as the first goal scorer for the Bombs. Throwing Ruoff from the midfield, just heading it back in, and every player that touches the field, every player on this roster, a little bit of history in their own right. At midfield, this one not over yet. Drip FC with it, still over 10 minutes to go in this one, and up and ahead And off and running, the Bombs looking to add. Over on the right, it goes out. The field illuminated now. The sun has gone down. A lovely day in Portland at Lents Park. Hopefully it remains that way, and it's sent out past the sideline. It went straight to the bench of the Cherry Bombs. I believe that it was Malefo that it hit over on the side. Everybody all good, and play quickly resuming with Drip FC. Sent down over on the left. Again, running for it, but not able to track it down. It was Olivia Barrio Arce. Gearing up for the first big match on Thursday against West Seattle Roadies. But just learning lessons if you're the Cherry Bombs between this game and the next, and looking to build throughout the season, trying to pick up some wins, but also have fun while doing it. It's always a fun experience. And for the players who are still in college, or even the high school recruits, this can be a big opportunity for them to develop and keep sharpening their skills and get better for when they take that step back into their college environments or their high school environments, trying to get seen a little bit. And for the players who are alums of colleges and universities, it's just a chance to get back and playing and have some fun. Certainly had so far tonight over on the left side, out for a throw for the Bombs.
Yes, Ella, that's what you do. Pass her off. Good.
The toss in. Goes back. Spina's been active in the back line here in the second half. He's had a lot to do. Sophia Spina, a Corbin alum here from the Pacific Northwest. And if you're very active in watching a lot of matches collegiately or going to some matches in Portland at local colleges and high schools, you probably recognize some of the names on the Cherry Bombs roster. Have some players playing at big name schools too. I mean, Gonzaga, TCU, Oregon. Those are big brands, cross collegiate sports that they have players featured on these rosters. It rolls back over to the right. Bombs looking to strike one more time, detonate one last bomb before this first exhibition game is all said and done for. At the top of the area, it rolls in and it goes right to the left in front of the net, sent away by Armstrong. Threatening and lingering there was Barrio Arce. Armstrong will get the goal kick. Mario Arce just checking in, subbing in recently, and had the kick save away from Armstrong to send it out. No opportunities in this second half. Have had the adjustments needed for Drip FC. And another sub. Should be heading in for the Cherry Bombs. Scherer to head in was on to the match at the half. Subbed out and now back on. Rotation and everybody getting some instructions. Now it's Lakrofka who will chat with Spara and the coaching staff after her shift. Over to the right. The Bombs look to do something over by that far corner flag. Goes over to Drip FC, trying to get in transition. Ball hasn't really been in the attacking half at all in this second half. Over on the left. By that corner flag, 82nd minute for the Cherry Bombs with the 3-goal advantage. Over to the right side, it's bent and it's sent wide over on the right. a nice applause as this one continues to dwindle, and Audrey Armstrong has been busy throughout. The crowd size has not really dwindled at all throughout this match in the 90 minutes. Over on the left, sent away, snuffed out by the defense of Drip FC. And it takes a bounce, and Barrio Arce in the box, shoots! It goes wide. Could have bottomed that one into the corner. Not quite there that time. A lot of offense. Still a lot to cheer for. Grace Costin will wait at midfield to sub on. Potentially before this game comes to an end. One last sub for the Cherry Bombs. Could be more. Who knows? Still 7 minutes or so to go. Over on the left, by the flag. A throw in for Drip FC. And now you can see a Saucy Tea Sausage in the very corner. Just briefly, the mascots all out as Drip FC off and running. Finally getting across midfield. Sent down the field, but the offside flag is up. Play goes on, and now the whistle is blown. Just a step ahead there. So play went on for a while, even though the flag was up. But finally it got halted, and now at midfield they're ready for subs. The fourth official will signal on Costin to head in. Sophie Ospina heads to the bench, gets a nice ovation and a nice applause. And it's really great. You really feel so hopeful and for this club and what the Cherry Bombs are building, but also how they're developing players when, just from my view, from my vantage point right in front of me is the Cherry Bombs bench and the coaching staff. And every player to check off the field and get subbed off is having a lengthy conversation with the staff and with Janine Sparra and just getting tips after playing. There's just the attention to detail for every individual player to get their instructions and get some feedback. Certainly very cool to see. Exhibition match, the first match, it is sent off over on the right side off of Costin. Got the edge of her arm. The whistle will be blown outside of the box. Free kick off the handball. Free kick in the first half was in the first 10 minutes. A lot of free kicks for both sides, but for Drip FC, it was Gonzalez. It was about centrally, just a little bit towards the left on the other side. You can get a replay of it hitting Costin again. This one a little further out, and again, closer to that near sideline. Costin will take it again, has the three-player wall right in front of him, and directing traffic. Wizarick in goal in between the sticks. Gonzalez sends it straight off the wall. The Ooze as the recovery off the crossbar takes a bounce. And you can say there's been 4 or 5 goalkeepers in this match. I mean, the 3 to sub in, the crossbar also coming up for a save. And the mascot for this club at halftime. Lots of stops all the way around. That one off the crossbar. It stays 0 goals in terms of the defensive column for the Cherry Bombs. The 87th minute of action with a few goals. All coming in the first half. No lack of excitement, I would say, for anyone leaving early, they got to see all the scores, all the excitement early on, but nobody has left, and the excitement might not be over. Over on the left, it's out. Just in front of the camera. Bounces out, a throw coming up for Costin. Right at midfield. Finds Vlasopoulos. To the back. Now Costin. Off the boots of Gonzalez. Costin launches it in. It's headed away. Barrio Arce has made an impact in her brief time on the pitch since subbing on here in the second half. It's seen out by the Cherry Bombs back line. Goes out for a throw for the Bombs. Portland Opera back at it with their Cherry Bombs chorus. Over on the left. About a few minutes to go in this exhibition match for the Portland Cherry Bombs, the inaugural match for the new club in the Pacific Northwest at midfield. Some contact and the whistle, it goes against Portland. Right inside midfield, the free kick to be taken. Now, you've seen in some of these replays the Cherry Bombs logo a little bit briefly. I do feel like I should mention, I mean, it is a super cool logo, but it was voted kind of the best logo from the USLW. There's a little bit of a social media contest, went down to the finalists, and the newcomers able to get it. Very unique club with a very unique identity. You can see that logo very faintly if you have good vision on those banners behind the goal as a corner gets set up for Drip FC on the right. Might be the best opportunity Drip FC's had in a while. It's launched over the crossbar. There was the one that did tick off of the top of the goal, off the crossbar in the second half here earlier in these last 10 minutes of action. About a minute to go and some change in the match. Long corner in front of the net, and for the Bombs, all the goals have come on this goal. That was in the first half when they were attacking to this side. And for the Cherry Bombs, a couple of them were headers, but they headed them down and able to just knock them in. As in transition, the Cherry Bombs slotting it over. Barrio Arce will shoot, fire, a late goal for the Bombs. Another one detonated, slotting it in, a bottom right. It's 4-0 in the 90th. It's been an explosion at Lents Park on this Sunday night inaugural game. It was Barrio Arce who was able, with the left foot, I believe, to slot it in, and the crowd was just waiting and waiting for something to happen in this second half, and they finally get it. And able to cheer. A lot of fun at Lents Park. That has been had. The initial 90 comes to a close at midfield. Some contact. Play goes on. 4-0 score. And it goes back to the keeper, Wizarick, the third in this match. A lot of opportunities all across the roster for the Bombs. A lot of opportunities with 4 different scorers over on the right side. Drip FC trying to have a final say over by the right corner flag. I mean, who knows how much time is left in this match, but, you know, four goals in however many minutes. Who says that's too much for Drip FC? I mean, time winding down in the Bombs with one last goal. We're not going to exit this one without a little bit more fun. Throwing it in the back. Cherry Bombs toss it in over on the left. Barrio Arce inside midfield to the back line. Costin dishes it back. For nothing, the score. Initial 90 coming to an end. And this match coming to a close here as Grace Costin over on the near side gets checked up on by the center official. And Costin will head off over to the right. An applause at Lents Park. And play will resume after the stoppage with Costin heading away. Far side of the box, Strip FC trying to do something nobody's done before, and that's score on the Cherry Bombs. Obviously the inaugural match, and that comes to a close. One match, one win, 4 goals for the Portland Cherry Bombs. Four different scores in the inaugural match. This crowd has had nothing but fun and excitement. Had the first goal in the opening 10 minutes from distance, about 20 yards out for Carolyn Ruoff. And then later on, about inside the first 20 from the corner on the left side. It was sent in by Tessa French and headed in by the center back Audrey Dizon. French with another assist later on the far side, connecting for another header over by the near post. 3-0 was the score at the half in the second half, ending in the final 5 minutes with another goal on the opposite side of the pitch, as it was Barrio Arce in the run of play from the left side of the net, sliding it and getting it past Armstrong into the bottom right corner. A lot of goals, a lot of fun, history made, and also a lot of opportunities for different players to get into the lineup, to get some looks, to get some chances to develop. Everybody getting their chance. And you can just see some of the smiles on the faces of these Cherry Bombs players as they go through the high five line, greeting the officials. But it wasn't just that it was one starting 11 carrying it to the finish line. I don't have the exact number of players, but it was 20 plus entering this match for the Cherry Bombs, and that's what you love to see. The real thing they're going to gear up to do later in the week on Thursday. And on Thursday, the Cherry Bombs will play the West Seattle Roadies. That match going to be in the evening at Lents Park, another home match. See the players getting their photos just past center field for the Cherry Bombs. History made. One match, one win. Everybody throwing up their W's. Now have their first USL W. Northwest Division match on Thursday, and for those of you looking where to tune in, this one was on YouTube, but with it league play, division play coming up, we have that on Sports Engine Play to tune into. You can find that on the website. So some matches lingering, and for the Cherry Bombs, 4 goals, 3 in the first half, 1 in the second half. A lot of shots all around, and just kind of wrapping up this match as the huddle, everybody heading to the fence, hoping to get potentially some pictures, some maybe autographs for some of the kids. Certainly not a rare occurrence, but also everybody checking in up on some college teammates, I'm sure, here with a lot of players playing in the Pacific Northwest. But that's going to wrap up this one, and I want to thank everybody who has tuned in to the match and for listening. Hope you continue to listen throughout the season, and potentially come to a match. A lot of fun here at Lents Park. I want to thank my crew behind the scenes, a lot of people helping out to make this game possible. A lot of work to put on a game day, and a lot of work to put on a broadcast. I have to thank especially Nathan Kerr and Aiden Keithley behind the scenes with my crew. I'm Lily Crane, and I appreciate you all tuning in. 4-0, the Cherry Bombs win from Lents Park. Good night and good game.